blood, sweat, and tears. That's the stuff war stories are made up of. And the filmmakers have to dig deep to find inspiration so that they can do justice to the story, and also have to find ways to inspire the same courage and imagination into the actors so that emotions are effectively portrayed. Here's the list of 10 intense military themed movies to get inspiration from. Number 10. Jarhead. What if you were sent to a battlefield but were never allowed to fight? You basically spent time doing useless tasks. How bored you would be. Jarhead answers all these questions perfectly. Number 9. Lone Survivor. Another story of a major screw-up that leaves a soldier running against time and tide, that too, deep inside enemy's territory. Number 8. Black Hawk Down. What happens when a military operation goes to shit and your superiors are helpless? You have nothing but your brothers to rely on in a city full of hostiles. The movie shows how crucial your comrades are in the heat of battle, and at that moment, nothing else matters. Number 7. Saving Private Ryan. The movie was a perfect example of sacrifice. A whole platoon was sacrificed to save a single man without any regrets, because it was their duty and the sentiment was portrayed perfect. Number 6. Platoon. Have you ever imagined how would you behave when you were plunged in the horrific nature of a war? The bloodshed, the death, the squalor, the evil, and the triumph without any joy? This movie handled all these questions and much more. Number 5. Apocalypse Now. Is it a pro-war or an anti-war movie? There have been endless debates on it. In its core, Apocalypse Now is a very war movie. It isn't anti or pro, it is just naked and bare. And that is why it is best war movie out there. On number 4, we have The Hurt Locker. War does bad things to a soldier, and this movie shadowed how deeply war can affect a soldier and how the scars of battlefield never really heal, even in the comfort and safety of our homes. On number 3, we have A Few Good Men. Battles are not just fought on the battlefield, and not all men in the uniform are honorable. A Few Good Men is a story of a war between a junior officer crusading against a colonel who indirectly caused the death of a soldier citing military codes. Number 2. The Great Escape. If The Bridge on the River Kwai was all about officers being noble, The Great Escape is all about officers being super creative for escaping from a maximum security prison camp. The movie is a brilliant example of how officers and soldiers should behave in an enemy prisoner camp. Number 1. Inglourious Basterds. If an honorable man in the military would be the perfect gentleman, a dishonorable man can be truly evil after receiving the powers. That's what we saw in Karl-Heinz Landa and his menace, and how he sold his soul after the tables turned. The movie is a satisfying treat for everyone who were horrified after reading Hitler's unspeakable crimes.